Good afternoon, and welcome to my channel here on YouTube. I am Keisha. My channel is Loving Guiding Light, and I come to bring messages to the collective from Spirit, from the universe, from our ancestors, God, Creator, universe. You know, everyone perhaps has some name that they particularly use when they're referring to their creator, God, so whatever you choose to use, to each their own. Today is September 14th. So today we are in a new moon, and the new moon is going to be in Virgo. So I've spoken to you all in regards to the fact that you should retrieve, if you haven't already, retrieve a natal chart on yourself. Having a natal chart done on yourself is a wonderful tool because it helps you to better understand who you are. Because even though you may know your sun sign, like me, I am a Gemini. I was born in June, and so my sun sign is Gemini. However, it's very important to know every aspect of every planet when you were born, and so forth. And you're able to do that with the natal chart. And you can get a very accurate natal chart if you have your birth certificate that has the time stamp on it of when you were born. So that's very important in order to get the most accurate natal chart. And you would be so empowered by the information that you will read and learn from your natal chart, because I promise you, sweetie, it will bring you true enlightenment of who you are as an individual and why it is that you behave in the way that you behave. Their planets are in certain the planets are in certain parts of the outer space when you were born. So your sun sign is your, like, Gemini per se. My ascending and moon sign is Aries. And then you have your houses, and your planets can be within the houses of your natal chart, which is the houses based off of astrology. So these things are truly, truly powerful tools to help you to really know thyself. When God says know thyself, this is what he is saying in regards to knowing thyself. For instance, my natal chart, I am, like I said, ascending sign. My ascending sign and my moon sign is both in Aries. Aries is a fiery sign. So even though I'm a Gemini, I'm very communicative. I'm very good at communicating. Also, because I have ascending in a moon sign that is in Aries, that means I'm fiery. I can come across what may be perceived to others as aggressive, or I could be misunderstood by the way I present certain things, which is one of the things that I am truly working on mastering, is the presentation and delivery of how I bring communication to others, because one may perceive me as being aggressive when I'm speaking, when truly I'm just being passionate, because I'm a fire sign, and anything that I speak of that I have knowledge on, I speak on that information in a very passionate way, and it may come off, kind of abrupt to someone else. But also, my Venus, which is my love sector of my natal chart, is Cancer. So Cancer are very loyal and loving. Their priorities is the family, the unit of the family, and so forth. So this is why I said it is so important for you to be able to retrieve a natal chart on yourself, because it will truly be eye-opening for yourself. You will better understand who you are and the behaviors that you have. Because when the planets are in houses of your astrology chart or your natal chart, then those energies are very impactful in that area of whatever house it's in. So for instance, right now we have Virgo, and it's a new moon in Virgo, and it's today, September 14th, 2023. And Virgo is in my fifth house. And my fifth house is related to my health, my well-being. You know, it's going to be a lot of energy. I'm going to be focused upon, you know, improving my health, you know, making sure I have a clean bill of health by, you know, seeing my physicians and so forth. And then it is also my career. So it's in my career chart. So that is health and career is in my fifth house. So, you know, I've been really contemplating finding another position. I've been, you know, updating my resume and all that, just, you know, putting my stuff together, and then, you know, looking into other things, you know, even pursuing perhaps returning to school. I've thought about that, contemplating returning to school and finishing up my degree either in psychology or, you know, some other area that I am truly drawn to. So that's why it's important to know these things about the planets and all of that. That will just really help you to get a better view of who you are and your behaviors. Anywho, today en route to work, I had several synchronicities show up on my path. And you know what that means? That means there's a message. I don't believe the messages are ever just for me. I believe the messages are for me in the collective, that I'm supposed to be sharing these messages with you all, because we are, you know, if you're drawn to this page, you are on the spiritually awakened journey. And it's no coincidence that you're drawn to this page. You were brought to this page. Your soul brought you to this page because you are being awakened at this moment. Or perhaps you've been on the awakening journey as long as I have, which is going on 5-6 years now. 2018, 19, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, 5 years. It'll be 6 in June of next year. So if you have been on this journey a long while, then you already know there are no coincidences. You know, if you are being drawn to tarot or divination of any sort, it don't just have to be tarot cards. It could be the ruins. It could be charms. I mean, I use so many different divination tools. You know, some people use bones. I've seen people use coffee grinds, teacups. God speaks to us in so many different ways, okay? So just know that if you have been drawn to any channel that is bringing guidance or a message to you through any use of these divination tools, it's because your spirit led you there, okay? So en route to work, I seen on the plates right in front of me. Of course, I always upload pictures to my community page to give you all, you know, and, you know, just visual of the things that I encounter. So today it was 10:10, okay, 10:10, and I seen that at 11:09 a.m. this morning en route to work, okay? And so one reminds us that we create our own reality with our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions. 0 represents potential and the choice of this spiritual journey. Developing your spiritual aspects, listening to your intuition and higher self. That you are one, there's oneness and wholeness and continuing cycles. A new beginning point. 0 is also related to God, force, universal energy, source, and it magnifies the influence of the numbers it appears with. 1010 tells you that you will find personal success and fulfillment in your endeavors. Right after that, I was listening to my music, just tuning into some jazz on the radio station, and of course 1111 was on the clock. So 1111 is consciousness, being consciously aware of your thoughts at that very moment. It's almost as if God or you need to take a screenshot of your brain and whatever it is that you're thinking of at that moment. If it is something in a positive sense, such as an ideal, a project, or anything like that, then that is God's way of communicating with you that that is a great idea, that you should, focus your energy upon that and manifest that into your world. However, if you are having any negative thoughts and you are seeing 1111, then that is God saying, again, screenshot their thoughts and become consciously aware of what it is that you're thinking about and focusing your energy on. If you're worrying or if you're focusing on lack or anything like that in a negative sense, then if you continue to focus upon those things, that is what you will manifest into your life, because we are the creator. We are the creators of our own realities. We are the weavers of our worlds, So you have to be consciously aware of everything that you think about. You are the master of your thoughts, and you can gain mastery over the thoughts through the use of tools, such as you can do affirmations. When you find yourself thinking negative, you need to shift your thoughts to something positive. You can get outside in nature, connect with Mother Gaia. It's just so many tools that you can use to shift your energy and your thoughts, So again, if you have a positive thought that's running through your mind and you're seeing 1111, then those means go ahead, put your energy into that and bring those things into fruition. Negative, you need to shift your thoughts. Just shift your thoughts. Find something better to focus upon, okay? Also, while getting my daily dose of Dunkin', I ought to have shares with this company as much Dunkin' I drink. I took notice to some birds that were perched up on the concrete wall that they put around like garbage cans in the next restaurant, which was Waffle House. And it was several birds there, and they just kept, just perched there, just kind of looking at me. I took videos, and of course I will also post that brief little video probably as a short on here. But of course, once I got to work, as you can see, I pulled out my book because I study the animals and have been for 5 years now, because I have lots and lots of encounters with birds, insects. I mean, so many different things. It's just like, okay, God, I know this. When it first started happening, I just was like, this is weird. It's I'm questioning my sanity. Am I really seeing all these things and whatnot? And are these birds, why am I seeing all these animals, these insects, these birds all the time, like just in unexpected times? And it's almost as though they're paying attention to me as well. So they're connecting with me in some sense. And I just was like, okay. And then I just started recording it, because at this point it's like, okay, I don't believe in coincidence anyway. And then it happened so much and so frequently. I was like, I'm just going to record all the encounters that I have. So that's what I started doing. So when I had the white dove show up at my job many years ago, when I first started awakening, that was it. I knew then that, okay, God, you are clearly communicating with me through animals. And I really started to pay attention, and I really started to do my homework and my due diligence and understanding the messages in which animals bring to me, which is why I got this book, which is why I got many other books at home as well. That video is also here on my channel, and once I did the math of the video as far as the longitude and latitude and all that of the photo and where it was taken, and it took me to scripture in the Bible that was related to the dove, I just was like in awe. And from that point forward, I just really started to just, like I said, study, become very consciously aware of the animals that come into my path, because I knew that God was somehow communicating with me through the animals, through the insects, through nature, and so forth. I have books on flowers as well, because everything that is of this earth has energy and meaning to it. So I just would suggest, if you're interested, you can go to my page and look at those videos with the doves. Okay, so the sparrow was the bird that was there, and the sparrow is, the keynote is awakening and triumph of common nobility. The cycle of power is year-round. So this power is year-round. The power in which this bird carries is year-round. The sparrow is a perky, assertive bird that can hold its own against many forms of predation. So predators. Sparrows live in all habitats. The sparrow was the one bird present throughout the crucifixion of Christ, making it a symbol of triumph after long suffering. The sparrow has the ability to multiply and assert itself in spite of predation, reflecting the ideal that nobility of the common person, the nobility of the common person is inherently strong. The sparrow can show you how to survive. It will awaken within you a new sense of dignity and self-worth, helping you to triumph in spite of any outer circumstances. So I'm sure you're aware of everything that's transpiring around us, and I've said 100 times that, sometimes things just have to fall apart to fall into place. So the energy is shifting. We are leaving the Piscean age, and we are transitioning into the Aquarian age. And all of this stuff does not happen overnight. So everything that is happening right now has to happen in order for things to come in harmoniously for the good of all people. And although we see all this chaotic stuff transpiring around the world, globally, everywhere, and my heart is constantly heavy, which is why I try to sustain from the television, because of what's going on and what's happening globally around the world, to all my brothers and sisters, because we are all one, we are all connected, and we are all impacted, whether we are physically living in the situation and experiencing the chaos around us. We don't physically need to be there to feel the pain and the suffering, because we are all one, and we see these things with our eyes. We're seeing all the news reporting all these tragic things that's happening globally around the world, and it impacts us because we are all connected. It hurts us, and we feel these things because, that is how it is, because we are connected. So this is why I abstain from regular news, and I watch, I do watch news on YouTube, but through other um, channels of the common people like myself that I know have um, the will intention of bringing forth news that is accurate and not propaganda news, such as social, the mainstream media. A lot of the news that they air, there's an agenda behind it. It's propaganda. It's all these different things, and so therefore, I really don't watch any news on regular television. I don't watch television. Period. I haven't turned on a TV in over 5 years. I constantly am focusing my energy upon my studying animals when I'm out in nature and all that, and different plants and so forth. The benefits of herbs and whatnot for my own self, So the sparrow is a powerful little bird. In Britain during the Middle Ages, it was a symbol for the peasants and the lower class throughout Europe. Peasants at that time were often helpless under the power of overlords, under the power of authoritative figures, government. Because of this, they loved to hear the tales of how the insignificant sparrow triumphed over the powerful enemies such as wolves, bears, and eagles, the traditional symbols of nobility and those who mistreated the peasants. So message I'm getting from God is that, all that is happening, all of us, the common people, the middle class, the people that's out here, who are not wealthy and who are subdued to the powers that be, the government, the shadow government that's running this country, and all the things that we've been subjected to and indoctrinated into the course of our lives. And it's not just our lives, but our parents as well. They were also subjected to these things as well. The Piscean age was an age of illusion, living in an illusion, lies, deceitfulness, manipulation, all these things in which, the powers that be used to keep the masses living in an illusion. So those things are changing and shifting, and we're shifting into the Aquarian age, which is now, because we have the accessibility to the internet, it has really opened up the ability for us to be able to retrieve information, to go out here and really look into things in which we may have been taught throughout our lifetime. Say, for instance, like history, and how, they've taught us about some of the pyramids and whatnot. We really had no way to reference anything, because first of all, we weren't getting on planes flying over to Egypt. So, we really just had to take it for face value for what we're being taught. But now that we do have the accessibility to the internet, and not just the internet, internet has connected us to other people that do go over there, like I love to watch Billy Carson, phenomenal young man. I can't think of his name, Lord, not his name, but his channel, but phenomenal man. He's bringing so much things to the forefront of the things in which we've been lied to about. So if you want, look up Billy Carson, Billy Carson, Carson, and follow him. But he physically goes to Egypt. He takes pictures of everything. He has access to so much that, it will bring you some real enlightenment. Okay, so this is what the internet has given us. You know, it's given us the access to so much. And we can just go and look for ourselves, seek out the truth, seek out to see if what we've been taught is accurate and whatnot. So the illusion of Piscean, which age was why you see the symbolism of fishes. Okay, fishes are related to the Piscean zodiac sign. That's what you see in the symbol of the zodiac sign is the fishes. That's why you see in the churches the fishes of symbolism that people put like on their back of their vehicles, stickers and all that is related to Jesus Christ or whatever. This is because it was the age of Piscean. Now we're going into transitioning into the age of Aquarian, which is really an air sign, but the symbolism of that is the water barrier and so forth. So that is why, is because you're getting information. You know, it's opening you up to things that we never really had access to before. So yeah, it's been interesting watching everything before us unfold, the lies, the deception that has been transpiring around us through the government and pretty much everything. You know, it has been eye-opening to say the least, and it's just only going to continue. It's going to continue, you know, and for some people it's really going to, it's possibly going to shape people to their core, you know, the things they've been taught in regards to so many different things, only to come to find out that pretty much everything we've ever learned in our lifetime has been a lie. I hate to say it like that, but that is what's going to transpire, and that is going to transpire within the next several months. That's what's going to be unfolding right before our eyes, and it's going to be some that's not really going to be able to understand it or maybe not even accept it, you know, and they're going to struggle with that. But there's going to be no way of stopping it. This is what's happening right now. So all of this is already apparent. You can see what's happening when they're reporting about certain situations on the news. It's already happening, and there's no stopping it. The truth is going to be shown to us, the people, because that is God's hand in all of this. He wants us to be free, set free of the bondage that we've been ensnared in all our life. You know, there's nothing we can do about the past, you know, our parents, our ancestors, and all those that were lied to and whatnot. However, going forward, we play a very important part in the way things will unfold and how we would want the world to be, how, you know, and who we select to be over us. You know, these governments that really don't have our best interest at heart. Okay, all they have at heart is, you know, filling their pockets. That's all they see is the dollar sign. I mean, it amazes me how glutton the wealthy are, because they are so wealthy. There is no way for them to even spend some of the wealth in which they have in this lifetime. But yet they feel the need to have the wealth of everything, the power over everything. You know, within the food, they wanting to take over the food industry. Sorry, y'all, we still in this Mercury energy, so I'm stumbling over my word. Excuse me. I'm trying to get that word out, but you know what? I'm getting tongue-tied, so I'm not going to do it. Agriculture. Is it agriculture? No, I think that's wrong. I think I'm stuttering over my word. Anyway, I get a kick out of myself sometimes during Mercury, because I promise you, my tongue get twisted during the Mercury time, the retrograde of Mercury anyway. But yeah, they want to take over everything. You know, their hands is in the pharmaceuticals. They want to take over the food industry. You know, the planting of seeds such as the plants and vegetables and all that. Now they're coming up with some stupid crap called what is it? Not okay. I know they do a plant-based meat, but they're also trying to do they're trying to make fruits and vegetables out of I guess in the lab. So I don't know if it's lab created fruit and vegetables, but anyway, it's just like, why do these people continue to try to play God? God know what the world he doing. He don't need no help. He been doing this for many years. Many years. And each and every one of us, he has perfected we are masterpieces. The food in which the animals that, you know, are out here on the earth and you all like to eat. I don't eat meat anymore, but you know, everything that he's created, he's mastered. He don't need the man to help him. They're just trying to play God, you know, and it's so annoying. It's frustrating, you know, because it's scary. It's scary to go to the grocery store anymore because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're eating. You don't know what you're putting in your mouth. You know, of course, I pray over my food and all that stuff, but you may be suffering from some of the same things that I am suffering from. My body rejects a lot of stuff now. Like, it's almost as if my body is like, oh, yep, that's modified. That's modified. That's modified, you know. And I can barely eat a whole lot of things. I have to really be consciously aware of what I'm eating because it causes me to get reflux terribly. That's my body saying, my soul is saying that whatever I'm eating is not good for me. So perhaps you're suffering with that as well. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating, to say the least. I'm so tired of the powers that be, these elites that think that they should change the way God has, you know, done the world or how things are in this world. I'm sick of them. I really wish they go sit there at butts down. Excuse me. So let's see. Holy Spirit. And what is the messages? You know, since we are talking about birds, how about we do the divine feather messengers and see what we get today. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, all those that are present and here with me today, ascended masters, universe, archangels, and spirit guides. What are the messages for the collective today? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, spirit guide. What are the messages today? I call upon you for your guidance, your direction, clarity. Oops, there we go. This is peasant. Peasant. Oh gosh. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention on these areas. The time is right. The time is right for your creations and your connections. Spirit is saying focus on those things. So if you are coming up with ideals, like I said again at the beginning of me doing this little thing at the beginning when I talk about, you know, things that may be coming into sight in your mind, ideals, projects, things that you want to bring into fruition. This is the time. The time is ripe. If there are connections that are coming into your life, there we go. Hummingbird. Hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on its way. I'm telling you, what we seeing before us as what's going on around us, yes, these things are happening. But what's to come? Joy, harmony. You know, we're going to be more loving and compassionate towards one another, which is how God intended us to be on this earth. You know, the problem is people are being used, you know, and taken advantage of, manipulated and lied to, been over the course of their entire life, and God is not pleased about it. He is not pleased about it, so he's bringing it into it. We are leaving that behind, and things are going to shift into a way, the white turkey, shift into a much harmonious way of being here on this earth with one another, loving, compassionate, empathetic, working together, which is how it is supposed to be. You know, not all this, oh, I'm against you, you know, they done set us up in our mind thinking we one another's enemy based off of race and cultural beliefs, all these different things, you know, all of that stuff is great to get, tossed away, tossed away. White turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you. We all have the power within us. We all are contributing to the healing of the earth, the universe, you know, the energies, you know, and what we're doing is we're putting forth more harmonious energy, being more empathetic towards one another, being more loving and compassionate towards one another. You know, everybody right now is shifting, and maybe they're not aware as to why they're shifting their energies. Like, they're experiencing different things, and it's making them go within and reflect and try to understand that themselves, you know, why things are happening the way they're happening, because the way of the old way of being is no longer going to work in this new world that we're going into. One new energy we're going into. It's just not going to work. You know, we're going to have to be, you know, loving and supportive and embracing one another. You know, it's almost like we're going to return to the way of being prior to the Piscean age. I'm not sure what age that was prior to Piscean. I would have to do the research, but we're going to be, yeah, just more loving and compassionate towards one another. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, spirit guides. What are the messages for the collective soul? Tell me. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels. What are the messages for the collective? Show me. Messages we need to hear today on our spiritual journey. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Here we go. It says milk and honey. Milk and honey. 51. Milk and honey. You see that rainbow? God's promises. It's what that represents. That he knows all. He sees all. All these things that are transpiring, although they may look very scary or, you know, there's uncertainty. I'm sure we're all dealing with right now just the unknown. You know, the unknown is a very scary place to be. But we don't have to know everything. All we have to do is have faith. The faith is small as a mustard seed, that God knows all, he sees all, and that he is still in charge, and that he has the good for all of us in his mindset, the good for all human mankind in his sight, that it all will work out for us all. The chains will be broken. Okay, all these things we've been subjected to, and in bondage to, all these things, all the shackles are going to fall. They're going to fall. We're all going to be free of all this nonsense that's going on around us. Milk and honey. That's what's to come. Milk and honey. I don't know about you, but I am ready. I am so ready. I know right now we are, they've been having this whole little thing about COVID returning. They keep trying to, replay all this stuff and bring all this stuff back around as to say that, we about to be dealing with this whole pandemic again. Don't get sucked into that nonsense. If that crap is on your television, turn it off. Stop watching that crap. I don't watch TV because of those things exactly. Listen, I did get COVID. Once, and I treated it as a code. I never, they told me it was COVID, but once I left that test site after being tested positive, I went home and I took over-the-counter medication. Over the counter. I stayed my behind in the bed. I rested as much as possible, and I just stayed away from people. I isolated myself until I was able to recover, and then I nursed myself back to health, and that was it. I never get into all that other crap, So just don't get caught up in the propaganda of nonsense that's being shown to you on television. Okay, just tune out, turn it off. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what do we need to know? Call upon his ascended masters. Oh, there we go. Thank you, lucky stars. Thank you, lucky stars. As you begin to count your blessings, more and more blessings will come. So gratitude is the attitude, no matter what. No matter what the circumstances, even everything that's going on around us, the chaos, the things that are before us, you can always see the good. Even in the chaos, you can still find some positive in it all. Yes, it's chaotic to see that, we're having natural disasters, that are taking place all over the world, supposedly. However, the thing is that it's awakening you to the fact that it's actually not natural. That's not the act of God, not the act of Mother Nature. That these things are actually happening at the hands of the powers that be, the elite, the ones that are, truly pulling the strings of some particular person in this house. You know where I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, a lot of this stuff is happening, and it's happening in order for you to be able to see the truth. That which you're being told is not, in fact, the truth. So the truth is being unveiled, and truth does what? It sets you free. So even in the midst of the chaos and the craziness that's going on around the world, there is a positive aspect to it all. And that is the truth that you're able to see these things and discern for yourself if they're actually factual, or if it's something that is man created. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Oops, I didn't realize these were Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, all those that are present and here with us now. What are the messages we need to hear today? Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels, what are the messages we need to hear today? What are the messages we need to hear today on our spiritual journey? Okay. Still have flipped that one over. It was already flipped over. Yep, there we go. 0. It just flew out. I am limitless. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. I am limited. I am limitless. Thank you, Spirit. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels. What are the messages? Ooh, 222. I am balanced. I am balanced. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. I am balanced. 14. I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new. Yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. Is there anything else, Spirit guides? Holy Spirit, what other messages? Ooh, too many. It's just a chunk of cards. Holy Spirit, ancestors, archangels. Is there anything else for the collective? Holy Spirit, ancestors. Okay, 444. I am protected. Trust your journey. Trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at this present moment. Trust the process. Trust the journey. Stay optimistic. Whatever's coming to you, the messages, the guidance, the direction, the synchronicities, any of these things that are any of these things that are, showing up on your path are not coincidental. God communicating with you through all these means. Pay attention. Trust that you are not going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That God has the ability to communicate with you through anything that he chooses to. It could be a song on the radio that continuously plays. You keep hearing it and it's resonating with you. It could be so many different things. Don't close yourself off. Don't be one-sided type of person. Be open-minded. Go with the flow. And just trust that, you are on the right path. God is saying you are on the right path. Okay? Anywho, I pray that this message brings someone some enlightenment, some empowerment, some encouragement to stay the route. Stay the route. Don't give up. Don't lose. Your energy as far as, this walk, because I know it's not an easy walk. Trust me, I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I have, what I thought I knew a lot about, on this journey, I've gained so much enlightenment, so much information. It's so much out there that we have access to, and all you have to do is seek out the information, and you will be enlightened and empowered. Okay? Again, I pray that this brings enlightenment to someone, encouragement to stay the route. And if you feel so led to do so, please like the video, share the video, and if you would like to communicate with me. I have put my email in the community box, so you can reach out to me if you like to send me an email, connect, whatever. I live in Georgia. If there's anyone who lives in Georgia that would like to link up, that would be great. Someone that's on this awakening journey. It'd be nice to be able to communicate with others who don't look at me like I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Again, tongue-tied, this Mercury retrograde. Until next time, toodles. I will see you all on the next video. Bye.